Hello, boys and girls. I wanted to read you a book today called Each Kindness. But before I begin this book, I wanted to talk about the power of our words and how we can use our words to build people up, encourage people. We can make people feel really special and important and loved. Or we can do quite the opposite and really hurt people's feelings. You boys and girls brush your teeth every day, right? And you've seen a tube of toothpaste. Have you ever taken the tube of toothpaste? Please don't try this at home, but just picture it. Taken the toothpaste and squeezed out all the toothpaste. And then tried to put the toothpaste back inside. It doesn't work. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's kind of impossible. That's the same thing and the same picture I want you to think about when you are unkind with your words, when you are angry, when you are hurtful. You can't get those words back. That's why so many times your parents say, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's really important to remember. In this story, there are children in school, and one child is treated really, really poorly. And I'm just kind of setting the tone of the book because I want you to be thinking about how you might play a part in this story and how you can really think about how important your words are and just being really careful to make wise decisions with the things that you say. Be so careful because when we hurt someone's heart or we hurt someone's feelings, it's really hard to, even though we say we're sorry, we can't take it back what we said. So let's read this book and see what happens. Each Kindness by Jacqueline Woodson. That winter, snow fell on everything, turning the world a brilliant white. One morning, as we settled into our seats, the classroom door opened and the principal came in. She had a girl with her and she said to us, "This is Maya." Maya looked down at the floor. I think I heard her whisper, "Hello." We all stared at her. Her coat was open and the clothes beneath it looked old and ragged. Her shoes were spring shoes not meant for the snow. A strap on one of them had broken. Our teacher, Miss Albert, said, "Say good morning to our new student." But most of us were silent. The only empty seat was next to me. That's where our teacher put Maya. And on that first day, Maya turned to me and smiled. But I didn't smile back. I moved my chair, myself, and my books a little farther away from her. When she looked my way, I turned to the window and stared at the snow. And every day after that, when Maya came into the classroom, I looked away and I would not smile back. My best friends that year were Kendra and Sophie. At lunchtime, we walked around the schoolyard, our fingers laced together whispering secrets into each other's ears. One day, while we were near the slide, Maya came over to us. She held open her hand to show us the shiny jacks and tiny red ball she'd gotten for her birthday. "It's a high bouncer," she said, but none of us wanted to play. So Maya played a game all by herself. That afternoon when we got back into the classroom, Maya whispered to me, "Bet you can't guess who the new Jack champion of the world is." Behind me, Andrew whispered, "Chloe's got a new friend. Chloe's got a new friend." "She's not my friend," I whispered back. The weeks passed. Every day we whispered about Maya, laughing at her clothes, her shoes, the strange food she brought for lunch. Some days Maya held out her hand to show us what she had brought to school: a deck of cards, pickup sticks, a small tattered doll. Whenever she asked us to play, we said no. The days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed. Grass began growing where snow had once been. One day, Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes. But the shoes and the dress looked like they belonged to another girl before Maya. I have a new name for her, Kendra whispered. Never knew. Everything she has come from is from a secondhand store. We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence. She was holding a jump rope but did not come over to ask us if we wanted to play. After a while, she folded it double, rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't look up once. She jumped, jumped, and jumped. The next day, Maya's seat was empty. In class that morning, we were talking about kindness. Miss Albert had brought a big bowl into the class and filled it with water. We all gathered around her desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled out away from the stone. This is what kindness does, Miss Albert said. Each little thing we do goes out like a ripple into the world. Then Miss Albert let us each drop the stone in as we told her what kind things we had done. Joseph had held the door open for his grandma. Kendra helped change her brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried teacher's book up the stairs, he said, and Miss Albert said yes, it was true. I stood there holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even small things count, Miss Albert said gently, but I couldn't think of anything, and I passed on the stone. Wow, that's pretty sad. She couldn't think of one kind thing she had done. Maya didn't come to school the next day. On the day after that, each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping this would be the day Maya returned and she'd look at me and smile. I promised myself this would be the day I smiled back. Each kindness, Miss Albert had said, makes the whole world a little better. But Maya's seat remained empty, and one day Miss Albert announced to the class that Maya would not be coming back. Her family had to move away, Miss Albert said. Then she told us to take out our notebooks. It was time for spelling. That afternoon, I walked home alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all the things I had wished I would have said to Maya. Each kindness I should have shown, but never did. I threw small stones into it over and over, watching the way the water rippled out and away, like each kindness done or not done, like every girl somewhere holding a small gift out to someone, and that someone turning away from it. I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples, and the chance of a kindness with Maya became more and more forever gone. Boys and girls, that's the end of the book, Each Kindness. And you know what? It ends off really sad because the little girl in the book was never kind to Maya. And you know what? I think Maya needed a lot of kindness in her life. And this little girl realized that if she had only tried to be nice, that kindness would have really impacted Maya in a great way. And then when she thought about being kind after what her teacher suggested, it was too late. So we need to remember today is the day. God has given us a new day to live and be in the world and be around people. And whoever we are around, our mom, our dad, our siblings, our friends, we are given this gift of life and of words, right? And so let's really be careful with how we treat other people and the kindness that we can show. Let's not think about, oh, well, I'll do that another day. No, today is your day. Be kind. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. Mrs. Mack is thinking of you, and I am super excited for school to start soon. You still have a few months, don't worry about it. But just remember this book, Each Kindness, this summer.